Today we are talking about daily planning. So about a month back, I made a video talking about how I prepare for the week ahead of time by using my Todoist and Google Calendars. And I still do that. Todoist is kind of my go-to digital to-do list. That's where I plan a lot of projects. That's where we do grocery lists and household chores. Me and my husband have a shared project for all that stuff, so that's where a lot of my tasks come from. However, I love paper planners. I really enjoy writing things down. I'm a very visual person, so I like, physically writing things. And I know a lot of you guys are like that too, so I thought I would show you how I kind of integrate those things into my daily planning. So, first of all, I have been doing a lot of bullet journal videos, and I've been getting a lot of questions about how I tie that into my planning. To be totally honest with you, bullet journaling for me is more of a creative process. I don't use it as a calendar, although I do make calendar spreads sometimes in the videos. I rarely use them. Most of the time I use it for writing, for brain dumps, for, just notes and things like that. But I do have an actual calendar that I use, and I'll go through all that, but I just want to briefly mention it. So the first tool that I use for everything is my Powersheets. And I want to just be totally transparent here. I am an affiliate for Powersheets, or the Cultivate What Matters shop, but I became an affiliate because I use their product and I love it, and I try to get everyone to buy it, so I figured I should get some money, if I'm promoting their business like a crazy person. So, as usual, I'm only an affiliate for companies I do use and love and trust. So that being said, these are the 2017 Powersheets. This is the 6-month version. I do have the new 2018 version here. You can see kind of the size difference. It's hard to tell on video. Yeah, you can tell. So these are the 1 year. They have 12 months, obviously. This is a 6-month. It has 6 months. Not that complicated. The new 2018 ones are going on sale on the 25th of October, so if you're watching this after that, you can find a link down below. If you are just curious and want to find out more, I have a whole blog post about that, so I'll leave it down in the link. The bottom box, I'll leave a link down below. There we go. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, Powersheets are kind of my first step at the beginning of every month. If you don't know what they are, it's a goal planner. It helps you just outline what your goals are and then really make it happen throughout the year. So, at the beginning of each month, I go through the little prep work. It asks you questions like what's ahead, what's going on this month. It asks you to brain dump, what are you letting go of, what are you holding on to, and there is a tending list. I'll show you a blank one here, where you fill out your monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals. Now, I try not to make like that many monthly goals. They just have space if you want it. Usually I stick to 2 or 3 monthly goals, and that's what I did for October. And luckily I actually have hit all my goals so far for the month. But basically this is on my desk open all the time. This is what I use to work. Like if I have to sit down and get stuff done, I always reference this first because these are the things that I want to get done most throughout the year. So this is my first step because these are priority over everything else. So Powersheets just help me kind of stay focused on the goals and make them kind of the forefront of my day-to-day tasks. Obviously you don't need to have Powersheets in order to keep goals like this. You can totally use a regular notebook, and there's a ton of resources on the Cultivate What Matters site. I just think that this is really motivating, and because I purchased it, I feel like I should actually use it, so it helps me, just keep on track. I don't know, it's one of those things. Plus, it's a beautifully designed notebook, and I like supporting that company. So, that is how I use Powersheets. The next thing I use is a paper planner. Now, I have a couple different ones. We have a paper calendar out in our kitchen where we just write, what the meals are for the day, when bills are due. Me and my husband will jot down little events as we're planning them. We just like paper planners. It's just easy to see everything on there. I do have this little paper planner. I have like weekly and monthly versions, or as a weekly and monthly spread, excuse me. This is just from Target. This is the Cambridge edition 2017 planner, and I really like this planner. I've used it quite a bit this year. However, one of my all-time favorite planners is the Leigh Simplified planners, and these are spiral bound or book-bound planners, and they have daily versions, which I love. So you can see it has like your little schedule here, and then it has a to-do list. It has place for meal planning and notes. So this is my go-to planner. This is what I'll be using for 2018. This is the 2018 one, actually. But these are just beautiful. So if you want like a paper planner, I love this company. I'll leave a link down below as well. These do sell out super fast, but they have a lot of different smaller retailers. So if you want it and you can't find it, check some of the retailers because they might have some. So paper planners for me are more of a place to quickly jot down ideas. If, you know, I know people's birthday in our family, I like to just put their birthdays in the calendar, and, you know, maybe keep like a little birthday card tucked in there. So when I see that it's coming up, I can send them a card. I just enjoy using a paper planner. It's kind of my first thing of the day. I sit down, I look at the month or the week, and then I make a to-do list for the day. A lot of times I'll open my Google Calendar and my Todoist account on my computer, see what's going on for the day, and then write it down. That's just because writing things down really helps me remember them, and it helps me make things a priority. It gives me a little bit of an excuse to sit down and just look at things for the day and decide how I want to prioritize everything. This is also the time that I'll reference my Powersheets and see how those tasks will work into my day and how, you know, those little tasks lead up to bigger goals. So that's how all that kind of works together. And then the last tool that I use, I already mentioned, is Google Calendars. Google Calendars are kind of my digital version of planning. This is how I time block things. First of all, the first thing I ever made in Google Calendars was an ideal day calendar. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. But basically what I did is I went through an entire day and I scheduled out kind of what that ideal day would look like, whether I was working or not. So Monday through Friday, obviously I have day jobs, so I put in my work schedules for all of that. I put my morning routines in there, time for my own business, time for sleep, time for food, time for errands, just kind of what my perfect work day would look like. And that doesn't mean something that I would really, you know, love and enjoy. But if I was able to stick to the schedule, I would get a ton of stuff done. It'd be a really productive day, and I'd get everything completed that I need to. So this is kind of my basis for my day-to-day schedule. This is a basic schedule I try to follow and the goals that I try to hit. Another calendar that I use is my bills calendar. And this is because, if you guys didn't know, I technically have 3 day jobs, on top of my own business, on top of clients that I work with. So I get a lot of different pay periods. I get cash into the account at really random times during the month. So I keep track of when I get paid from each job. I put those on the calendar as I get paid because some of my clients are inconsistent times, and so I don't always know ahead of time, but I'll add it in later, just so I have record of it. And then I also add when bills are due. Most of our bills are on automatic payment, but there's a couple that either don't allow it or, you know, whatever, maybe month to month, it's a little bit of a different payment. And so those are on the calendar as well, just to help me keep track of things and make sure everything's getting paid on time. I have a lot of other calendars on here. As you can see, I have my church on here for we volunteer and just for church events. I have my content calendar for videos, blog posts, workshops. I have my personal calendar for, you know, vet appointments, doctor appointments, fun stuff, family things. I have my Nora Conrad calendar, which is when I plan when to do work. So when a blog post has to be written, when things have to be filmed, when, you know, things need to be edited, I time block all of those out. I also have my work calendar, which I kind of adjust week to week. Typically, I work from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., but that changes day to day, week to week. So I adjust that over time, but I like to just have a general time block just to remind me not to schedule anything during that time. And then I have some other things, like you can see I have football calendars in here because football is life. And we like to, you know, plan family things and having friends over to watch games. So we kind of have those on here, as well as just holidays and things like that. So that is kind of a look at the whole process. I know it might seem a little time consuming or a bit kind of repetitive, or maybe some of the tasks as redundant, especially, writing things down from a digital version into a paper planner. But for me, this is how I remember things. This is how I manage my busy schedule. I get asked that a lot, like, how do I manage 4 jobs? This is how, even though it seems a bit redundant, and it allows me to really take time to actually plan things out. It gives me a really good excuse to make sure that my goals are being met. And it gives me some time in the morning. It doesn't take as much time as you think. It takes maybe 5 minutes. But it gives me some time in the morning to sit down with a cup of coffee, look over my day, and just kind of prepare myself mentally for the tasks ahead. So that's kind of how all of this works. Obviously, you guys do not need to copy this, step for step. But I hope that I at least give you some ideas of how you could use a paper calendar and a digital calendar at the same time. All right, that is everything. If you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, leave them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.